So this one may have happened in the house of a person. We'll just call her KK Teffer. And she used to have these Halloween parties. And as a unsuspecting journalist at the time, I was trying to make friends. So actually, I was well past making friends at that time, so we'll get past that. Decided to go to this party. I had decided to, and literally did not remember who I was until about 3 minutes ago when someone texted me, because what I was not important to this story. But I want you to know I was Ace Ventura Pet Detective. When I was a kid, I was really good at reciting. I cannot do it now. The whole scene where he's in the insane asylum and he's doing 351, I could do that whole thing as a kid. Can't do it now. So I was dressed as Ace Ventura Pet Detective. We get in my car. We drive down to, what did I say the name was? TT Teffer, whatever. KK Teffer. It's JJ. We go down to these, I've heard about these parties for years. Epic parties, my first invite. Go down with a crew from the newspaper, including my dear friend who used to be a Grand Slam winner, Eileen Joyce, who will be here in October, but not around slam time. She was a kangaroo. She had a full onesie with a little pouch and a roo in there. We all go down to this party. I had full intentions of not paying attention to anything and just drinking, because I was not driving. It was my car. I gave my keys to someone who I thought was responsible at the time, learned that lesson later, and went about my day. And then at one point, I'm in the hallway, and I think this is around the time someone who I will not name, because she's not in this room, I didn't ask for her permission, was in a onesie. She asked for scissors. She needed to go to the bathroom. She was having issues, and I don't know why, but I gave them to her. She cut herself out. She made herself free. Very dangerous situation. And around this time, I lost sight of Kangaroo, and she pops up. Oh, fuck. And I'm like, what's up? I barfed all in the sink. It's clogged. It's a problem. Can you help me? Nope. Cannot help you with that. You know barf makes me barf. I cannot help. It's a thing. I think we just can't tell her it was me. And I'm like, oh, no, did y'all hear that so-and-so just barfed in that sink? And no, it wasn't me. And I'm running from this situation because I can't handle that stuff. At this point, my friend who was dressed as David Foster Wallace, maybe? And then another friend who was the responsible driver, who knows what he was dressed as. He had a little bit of an emotional crisis 90% of the time. It was also my fault. He was my boyfriend at the time. Decided to have an emotional crisis and just leave. And in the course of leaving this party, he walks out with my car keys in his pocket. So here I am, not expecting to be sober, realizing that my kangaroo barfing friend is lying in the yard, probably still vomiting. I don't know. She was on her side. I asked someone else to take care of it while I went to go deal with these other things, keeping track of all the other people that came with me because, responsible friends. End up realizing, Jesus Christ, this person is not coming back and they have my car keys. So literally so many calls have been made at this point. And I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm walking home and I'm going to get someone else's car. So I talked to Kangaroo. I try to talk to Kangaroo. And her car keys are at home, which is right next door to my home, which is up a hill. Quite a while up a hill, down another hill, and up a couple of other hills. But I'm like, I can probably do it by the time that you guys need to get home, by the time the sun rises, so we'll be good. So I'm like, where are your car keys, Kangaroo? Oh, they're in the house, you're good. Here's the code. Well, I knew the code too, because, neighbors. So I walk all the way back to Emmetsville. Not all the way. It's not super far. We were close to Emmetsville, but it was still a long walk when you're dressed as Ace Ventura Pet Detective. Thank God it wasn't the scene with the rhino. But walk all the way home to Emmetsville to realize fucking Kangaroo has a Mini Cooper. So I'm a little tall. So I get in this Mini Cooper, readjust the seats, drive down back to KK Teffer's house, and have to fit like 6 journalists in the back of the car to get them home. We found the missing boyfriend at the time, no longer boyfriend, walking the other direction down the street, down 83 or George. Anyway, we all got home safely because that's what is important. But don't barf in your friend's sinks because it involves plungers later. And if you'd like a follow-up to that, maybe KK Teffer could fill you in on that.